Yeah, just see now that's he's saying something about Arma 3. I've heard a lot of good things about Arma 3. Different mods that are people throwing out there and stuff like that. I am a fan of Arma 2. I played a lot of Daisy Epoch on Arma 2. Loved it. And I've just been kind of scared about Arma 3. Get in there. Is it going to be just as bad or whatever? But knowing somebody else who plays it makes it really cool.
Oh, it's really, really good. Way worth it. Just as good as Arma 2, but the mod community is phenomenal for the game.
And Dan, what about you? Now, if you guys can't see, behind Dan is a wall that he is building of nothing but video games. The man is a gaming freak. Look at how many. I mean, I can't even count that high.
All the games.
He's got all the games.
All of them. So the games I've been playing this week, I've been playing quite a lot of that RimWorld game. You may have heard of it. It's a bit like Dwarf Fortress a little bit. You take it over. You start with a couple of guys. You start a colony, and it's pretty much an RTS. You start all that, and you get attacked, and eventually you die. So, and I've also been playing a lot of Shadow of Mordor. Of course. Of course.
I sucked him in.
Gotta play all that. But I've not really played that many games. I've been buying a lot, though. I bought a ton of games that I won't even begin to list. So, yeah. You all know Shadow of Mordor. Especially the video I made of poor old Mikey dying. What was it? How many times?
It was an ungodly amount of times. That's the cool thing about starting a game like that, though. You know you're going to die. Now, did I realize that I had died that many times? No, I didn't until Dan made the video. But, I mean, it's really cool because, I mean, we keyed up the phrase orc killing simulator because that's pretty much what it is. Until they put out the patch where you can be an orc.
Yes, definitely. Hey, it's one of those fun games. Like, I wasn't going to pick it up mostly because of the problems. Well, not the problem. I saw with it being so similar to Assassin's Creed. I've got every Assassin's Creed game to date, and I've played the hell out of it. And then I realised it was by WD, so it was more WB. It was more like Batman with a few features from Assassin's Creed. So, and then I saw Mikey play, and I was like, "That's it, mine. Play now."
Eagles? Computer sound is going to be on.
Oh yeah, it is. Echoing that. Okay, much better.
Oops.
Sorry, was that me?
Yeah, that was you. Well, basically what I've been playing is basically what I always do. I just play whatever I'm in the mood for. I got back into Minecraft. I play a lot of modded Minecraft. Been checking out the Karma mod pack, which is done by one of the guys from the Build Guild streaming team. Oh, that echo.
Echo.
And it's really good. It's tough. I mean, when I first started out, I'm like, oh, this isn't that bad. This is going to be real easy. Logged on the other night because I couldn't sleep and died, I think, 30 times in less than 30 minutes. I mean, it was just nonstop creepers everywhere and shit I've never seen before. It was really awesome. So, it was really, really cool, and I really enjoyed it. Other than that, I'm just kind of waiting. I've been pushing on, trying to get Sims 4. And we've been talking, me and Matt got to talking today. There's a couple other games that I think I'm putting a little bit above that now, trying to get them into rotation and stuff. Cats in existence? Or
Yeah! I'm actually, after watching Mikey this week playing Minecraft, actually is what pushed me into actually purchasing it. Because before this, I never really had a desire to play the game just because we have two kids that are all over that game like it is the hottest thing on the planet. Well, whenever you have two small children that play a game or have something that they like this, they are constantly talking to us about it. And they had actually talked to us enough about it where we were like, you know what, we're going to let that be their thing, and we're not really going to touch it because, they're kind of explaining everything to us. So I never actually touched it up until yesterday, actually. So, yeah, that was all because of Mikey there.
Well, I've been playing I've been playing Minecraft itself since InDev, and it sucked 3 years of my life away. It was a phenomenal game. Now I just can't be bothered playing it, but then Mikey streamed it, and he died a whole bunch of times.
It's always when I die, he gets interested in a game.
Because it makes me wish I could die like that, but I can't. I never die. It's not fair.
No, I'm really digging the fact that there's a lot of really cool new games coming out. It makes me wish that I was a billionaire, so I didn't have to worry about how much money these things cost. I mean, $60 a pop. You really got to be choosy at what you get. But like I always say, play what makes you happy. So if you're into Call of Duty's got Modern Warfare coming out here shortly, a new one. So that's going to be pretty awesome for those guys that like that stuff. And The Evil Within. Certain people in this group is playing The Evil Within that won't finish, so I can see what the ending's like. But
yeah, I'm still working on it. It'll be done soon. I swear.
And we got Kat joining us.
Kat is no longer MIA. She's appeared. She woke up.
I overslept. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I used to use that excuse.
Oh, she was here.
No. She was. But then she was gone.
But anyways,
Hello.
Where did you go? Your video is gone.
My video?
No, Cats. There you go.
Oh. Yay!
There she is.
Difficulties.
We're a bunch of derps. Who cares?
Hey, it's the fun. It's a learning process, right?
All right, Kat. Since you're the last one here, now you got to tell us what have you been playing this week?
A lot of Fallout New Vegas and pretty much nothing else.
Mute Skype.
Mute.
Oh, forgot. A lot of
Oh man, this is turning out to be better than I thought.
We're professionals, right?
We're still professionals.
Professional professionals.
Fallout, huh?
Yeah. I don't know. So playing it again.
I've never played Fallout. What exactly is Fallout, guys?
You need to play it.
It's a post-apocalyptic RPG.
That's what you know.
Yeah, well,
3 New Vegas.
3 New Vegas
Everything
are
before is
Fallout 1 and 2 and Tactics Row, like top-down strategy.
think XCOM.
Yeah, the newest thing that's actually like a real Fallout is like based on 2.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I mean, that's basically what it is. A bunch of metalheads playing video games. That's what we've been playing lately. Matt's been streaming a lot. I've been keeping an eye on him. I haven't been streaming as much this week because I'm still getting over a massive sinus infection and all that fun stuff. Michelle's got school starting up. I haven't seen Dan stream ever, so I don't know what he does other than...
I stream every minute of every day.
Yeah, sure you do.
I mean it, I do.
And Kat's always oversleeping, obviously, so...
She sleeps during her streams.
Oh, there's the underside of that bus there.
Well, basically what we're going to do with the podcast, guys, is we're going to put up a subject of the week. And this week's subject is the zombie apocalypse has started. And because it started, we're gamers. Can we take what we've learned from video games and actually survive? I mean, is it plausible?
Minesweepers taught me everything.
Minesweeper is not the game I'm talking about. I mean, is it plausible? Can you take what you've played, the D game? I'm not going to name it. I'm not naming it, but you played the D game. You played 7 Days to Die. You've played all these different zombie apocalypse games.
D game? What D game?
The D game. Don't say it.
The one he loves.
Daisy.
It sounds very vulgar.
Daisy. Okay.
The one Americans pronounce wrong.
DayZ.
DayZ?
Yeah.
There you go.
Anyways, you
We
played
don't
all
talk
these
about
games. I mean, are these games even close to what we would do in real life?
Yeah, because you shouldn't trust anybody in the zombie apocalypse because they won't be that close.
Well, the problem is, when we're in a gaming environment, we like to immerse ourselves in a lot of games, so we will play usually how our brains will react to the situations at hand. So that's why I think, like, in 7 Days to Die, for example, you are in this whole open world where you can do whatever you want, and zombies are coming for you. How will you react? How will you, move around?
You hole up in one spot and you pray.
Matt, you're shaking your head yes. Do you agree with that, Matt?
Pretty much. Go into a food coma. Sleeping.
See, I think that some of these games are, in my opinion, pretty close. 7 Days to Die, I've got to give that game a lot of props, and I always have, and I've been recorded on stream as saying that I think that it's the best zombie apocalypse game out there right now. Okay? If I could take a bunch of different games and mash them up to make a better one, I would. Because each game has that one quality that, hey, if I was trying to survive, I would do that. Probably, in my opinion, and I mentioned this to Matt earlier, we were talking before the cast and stuff, that No Room in Hell, I don't know if you guys have heard this game or not. No Room in Hell is pretty much as close to what I picture a zombie apocalypse is gonna look like. I can't survive that to save, say 5 minutes, let alone, 5 or 6 scenarios.
More practice.
Oh no, that game is just brutal.
It's a really hard game. I only ever got through a couple levels.
And I mean, in real life, are zombies going to get stuck in doorways or walk through walls? I mean, seriously.
Depends on their intellection.
I don't know if a fence is going to stop them, for one thing.
No. I've seen that a couple hundred times, too. Look, the zombie walks right through the fence. And then another one, the fence, there's like a blade of grass that's holding a zombie in place. Okay, we got to work on this.
See, I don't know. To me, it depends. It depends on the game. Like with the Daisy, as I will call it.
Oops.
as that one, I don't really feel like that is a realistic depiction. But something like Left 4 Dead or Dead Island is maybe just a little bit better. Now I don't know with the fact that you can craft certain weird shit in like Dead Island or Dead Rising, but at the same time the creativeness of it would actually allow you to think up something, like maybe putting a chainsaw at the end of some kind of extension so that you could actually clear a way in front of you, or being able to actually go through and forge something from something else that you wouldn't ever have even thought of before to protect yourself.
Hey, I am a true believer that if I can find a shopping cart, I can stop anything.
There you go.
All right, you got something on wheels, you're pretty much good to go.
You tape hacksaws to the side of it, and you're good.
Exactly.
I'd make a Fort album.
You could make
wheels.
Okay, guys, you haven't seen Dan play these games yet. We played a lot of 7 Days to Die together, me and Dan. This man could build just about anything when he wants to.
And it
With my help.
Yeah, you help.
I help.
Oh, you just make it pretty. He builds it and you make it pretty.
Is that still in the game?
I don't know.
Massive stacks of
The
stuff.
tea?
Yeah, just making stack of 500 golden rod tea.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
See, and that's the other thing, too. Some of the crafting stuff, like, Matt was saying, I could see, like you said, putting a chainsaw on the end of a big stick and using that to help clear the way and stuff like that. Those things I can see, but actually some of the modifications to the guns and stuff like that, I know I am not an engineer, okay? I'm not going to be able to do that. I'm going to find a hockey stick and put a metal blade on it, sharpen that bitch up, and I'm going to swing that around because I'm from, the Northeast. That's what we do.
Wow.
I have a machete and a baseball bat. Maybe I can combine those.
I have a microphone.
Oh, we know I have a knife.
That's not a knife.
See, I'm just gonna I'm gonna learn how to throw things accurately. Because if you can throw something, motherfucker, he ain't coming near you.
Ask Matt, I do it all the
doesn't matter.
time.
Yeah, there you go. You throw a spatula, a frying pan, it don't matter what it is.
That's what I wear fucking chanclas, like a pro.
Yeah, that thing is staying away. You have a machete, sure you gotta go back and get it. You gotta go retrieve it, but you tie a string to the end of it and you're good to go.
I the whole zombie apocalypse thing, I mean, if I woke up tomorrow morning and, this area was just completely nothing but zombies, I'm not moving. If it's in my apartment here, I'm good. If it ain't, oh well.
Well, I have the most ultimate weapon for the zombie apocalypse.
Oh, man.
A Nokia 3310.
Oh,
This thing
my God.
will annihilate armies.
That or an original Game Boy.
There you go.
I have all of them.
I got most of them.
Sorry to do this, guys, but I have a doctor's appointment I forgot about.
Okay.
Well,
And woke up
going.
for it.
That was Cat, ladies and gentlemen.
Bye.
See you
Later.
later.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think that, there's a couple of companies out there. If you guys have not seen the Aegis Effect, look it up. In fact, here, I'll put it in my chat. The Aegis Effect, in my opinion, and it's not really zombie apocalypse. It's more just, an apocalypse survival game. But the Aegis Effect took, and it's like what I would say, is it took a lot of shit from different games and said, this is good, this is good, this is good, this is good. Let's put it in here. And I'm really looking forward to that. That's the game I'm going to hype up till it comes out. It's not even in alpha yet.
Why don't you hype up the Dead Linger?
The Dead Lingerer does have promise, but it's all on paper, exactly.
It could be.
Right now, from what I've seen, it looks beautiful, but the gameplay's still a little off. So I haven't even thought about trying to purchase it or anything like that. So that's just, one of those things where, I'm looking for that one survival game because I love the survival games. I love, running for my life and finding a spot. Okay, I can fortify this. Let's do this here. Let's get, some materials and stuff. Because that's what I would do in real life. I would find a place that I could hunker down, fortify, and, grow a little garden, keep myself fed, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you always run that risk of somebody coming and trying to gank your shit.
Yeah, but that's what, baseball bats with, nails through it and shit for. I mean, that's real life, that's a real life melee weapon I can make.
Yeah, true.
I've always been the believer that if an apocalypse, such as zombie apocalypse, or really any apocalypse hits, that whenever you hunker down and you do that, that's a good idea. If you can set everything up and do it correctly, that's a good idea. But to me, surviving is actually going out and then trying to forage, trying to do things, trying to get more supplies and more things. To me, whenever you're in one spot, you're living, but surviving is actually going out and finding something else, finding more civilization, or if not even that, then just being able to forage and hunt for yourself and find the equipment and tools that you need and constantly keep on the move.
I agree with you because, like, I'm sure that everybody on the panel, hopefully, and everybody that's watching, and that the Walking Dead television series, okay, they got it right. Hunker down, get your shit together, gather as much as you can, move to the next spot, hunker down. You know, that's the way it's going to be until you've got enough people that you don't have to run anymore.
Yep, that's exactly how I see it. But at the same time, to me, the bigger the number in your group, in my opinion, the more risk you run of somebody getting greedy or taking advantage of a situation or something to that effect.
But see, that's where a lot of the video game developers out there have it right. That greed factor, because you're always going to have one of those people, whether it's in your group or outside of your group or whatever. Somebody's always going to want more. Mm-hmm. And that's, that makes you think, okay, not only am I hunkering down with this person, but can I trust them? And you're always on your toes.
Just kill everybody.
There you go.
Agreed.
And that's why it's like that on multiplayer. That's why everybody just kills everybody on multiplayer. Because you just can't trust anybody.
I mean, and I hate bringing this game up because it was such a destroyer of my heart here. But Rust. Okay, we got to talk about Rust. If you're going to talk about apocalypse games, you got to talk about Rust, okay? Dan's covering up.
I'm not here.
Okay, Rust had a good start, but then they just screwed it all. I mean, the minute they took the zombies out of the game, it was pretty much worthless. Basically, it was Bear Simulator running away. I mean, that's pretty much what it was.
Naked man hitting you over the head with something simulator.
Well, the whole naked thing, I don't think we're all going to wake up one morning and say, oh shit, there's no clothes here, and what do I do?
Oh, my clothes are gone. This apocalypse must have happened.
That's just
well.
Hey, that's me after every St. Patty's Day, waking up naked going, what happened?
I don't need these pants.
So, and it's not like, okay, cargo pants, okay, let's just put this out here. Cargo pants don't give you 7 extra slots, okay? They give you 2. That's it. 2 extra slots, that's it.
Well, it depends.
No, that undergarments.
I was going to say, you keep something in your underwear, that's an extra slot.
I've seen those underwears for girls that have, slots for condoms. Does that count?
You know what? I've actually seen the underwear for girls that have the slot for the lady pistols, the little tiny ones. Oh man, that would scare the shit out of me.
They just came out with a bra recently that actually allows you to hold weapons in there as well.
Be armed to the teeth and just be in your underwear. We're getting closer to Rust. I can feel it.
Every day, we're getting a little bit closer.
This is where it goes wrong.
But see, that's just it, and that's the reason why guys, I'm hyping up the Aegis effects. If you get a chance to take a look at the video, take a look at it. It's going to be that game, that one game that all of us survival guys have been looking for, because I mean, it's got it all. They've taken some from DayZ, they've taken some from Rust, they've taken some from 7 Days to Die, put it all together into this really nice package. And like I said, and the cool thing about it too is they're not doing it like everybody else has been doing it. Oh, let's put it on alpha and throw it on Steam. They're not doing that. If you want to get into this, you can apply for alpha and beta, and if you're lucky, you get it. If not, you're gonna have to wait till it comes out.
Which I don't mind waiting for.
No, for a good game, I would wait. I have bought into so many early alpha games and have been disappointed. The only one that I haven't been disappointed so far is 7 Days to Die.
Mm-hmm. But then that gets boring after a while. Well, it doesn't get boring. It gets monotone. You just yeah, I know how to survive. I know what I'm doing. I can deal with the hordes. I made a base.
Yeah, they're
Where
just
we
not
go from
coming
here?
out. They're not coming out with the, okay, we're going to throw this at you now. We're going to throw this in. We're going to take this away from you. Or they're not coming out with those patches quick enough. And it is still early alpha, as we all know. But that game has extreme promise. It's just going to grow and grow and grow, and it's going to be the top of that genre for a while.
Well, it is the best of the genre. There's nothing that even comes close to it right now. In terms of what you get for the game, you get building of bases, you get zombies, you get an authentic hunger and thirst system, which needs a little tweaking, but the mechanics are there.
That's the reason why we got to get Matt and Michelle in with us. That'll be hilarious.
Oh yeah.
Blueberries. I will give them all the blueberries.
Or he'll give you glass. Now let me tell you the story here. There are spots in the new world generation in 7 Days to Die where you drop down into a hole and there's really no way to get out if you don't have tools on you and stuff like that. So Dan comes running with his broken glass. You eat it, you die instantly.
It's some glass.
He's the only one I know who's eaten it and actually survived.
Yes, I survived eating glass. It was beautiful. I'm not giving away the secret.
I now know why I'm getting this game. Just so I could be that person too.
So
Cat didn't believe me.
Yeah.
Cat didn't believe me. I was like, right click, hold this glass and right click, you can place it on the ground. She's like, you can't eat it. And I'm like, no, you can't eat it. Just place it on the ground. Yeah, right click. She right clicked. Dead.
Yeah, I don't want to play this with Matt. He could probably make sure that I had handcuffs on and died or something.
No, see that there's no handcuffs in the game, so you're good for that. It's basically yet. It's basically a game where you do a lot of running around and searching and scavenging, and you build your base out of materials, like stone and rebar and stuff, and you have to you can upgrade all that stuff, and you have to survive. Now, the hordes in this game are awesome, okay? Once they got them
Even when
fixed.
you're walking.
Yeah, there's a 7-day horde, and every 7 days this horde comes at you. They're feral zombies. They run at you. Dogs, rabid dogs come at you, the whole 9 yards, and you have to survive that. And in between that are normal hordes, just walking hordes, but they're huge, and it just makes it more and more interesting. But the dogs are bad. Shotguns are your only hope.
Crossbow if you're really, really, really lucky.
Crossbow if you're on a roof.
Even then, you're not safe on the roof because most of the time, because the way that aiming works, you can't really aim down perfectly, can you? So
no, but they kept that kind of true too. Aiming, like real aiming, is you buildings get in the way. You don't get to lean around and turn and shoot up stuff. So that it works out really good.
It's not like the problem with every first-person game ever. When people are shooting out a window, but they're shooting at you and hitting you and everything. You're looking up, all you see is their head. Have you seen that in video games? All you see is their head. You can't see their gun actually shooting at you. No, you just see their head.
Or like DayZ, you could be hiding in the wall and not even see the person at all, and they're killing you.
I did that in Battlefield 3.
You realize they still haven't fixed that, by the way? Nope. Even in standalone, it is still a bug that has not been fixed.
Probably can't fix
hardly anything.
Yeah, it's all fucked up.
Yeah, DayZ is just not. I bought standalone thinking, oh yeah, they're gonna be doing this and this and this, and I'm still waiting. 6 months down the road. Like I said, I'm interested. I want to get into that. I heard Breaking Point's been really good, and I'm actually looking forward to that.
Anytime you can drive a car over a zombie, it's a good day.
Very good day. That's why I played a lot of State of Decay, driving around in a car and hitting with car doors.
Oh, I still have yet to beat that game. I'm like I haven't even gotten past the church area.
I purposely don't advance the game just to actually enjoy it. I enjoy surviving, running out, scavenging all supplies and stuff. It's brilliant. I love that game. The only problem is the map. Just need different maps, different. If it had like random generation or something like that, that would be beautiful. But co-op would have been even better.
Yeah, I
Co-op
think that's a game that I think that they blew it when they decided they weren't going to go co-op on it.
It was almost designed like it should have been co-op. The way everything works, so you can work with other people, other NPCs, it would have worked with other people. I don't see why they never decided to do that.
And one game we haven't mentioned at all. Anybody like look into H1Z1?
No.
No.
Okay.
I saw it, ignored it.
You know, believe it or not, guys, I have to give Sony some credit for this whole idea. Their idea is good. The graphics are good. Gameplay is good. But from what I hear, the price is, oh my God, somebody must have been smoking the crack when they came up with the price on this one. All right, they're looking at a $69 game, okay, and you have to purchase extra maps and shit like that. Get off the pipe! Just so you know.
Mm-hmm.
What?
They're proud of their game.
It's almost as bad as EA.
Oh, that was just low. Oh.
Not really. That wasn't low enough.
Well, EA sold it. So what was it? $80 for
Yeah.
What's it called?
Yeah, that one was like $80, and I was just like, "You're kidding me." But you know, I look at it this way: now that we have the new gen consoles and games coming out that are going to be cross platforms, and I think we're going to see some good stuff in the future. Not right now. I mean, I'm still waiting to see some of the games that they said, "Oh yeah, we're going to have all these games out the first year," and they've released what, 2 titles?
Yeah, we're still waiting.
So
that didn't count.
So you know, honestly, you know, one of the games that I'm looking forward to the future, and this could be the next big question: what is the game you guys are looking forward to in the future? I have a couple that I'm looking for, but I think right off the bat, the biggest one I'm looking for is, oh shit, now I'm having a brain fart. So we'll skip to Matt. Matt, go ahead.
Oh man, so many. Probably number one on my list is probably going to be Dying Light, with Dead Island 2 right behind that one. I also would actually, believe it or not, with all of it, with all of the issues and everything, I actually want to see how they're going to import DayZ on next-gen consoles.
Yeah. I'm actually looking forward to that too, because you know what? It's either going to be more broken than it is now, or all of a sudden, magically, everything's going to be fixed and ready to go.
Well, it's been in alpha forever, so hopefully they will fix all that shit before they decide to release it to the PS4.
Yeah, PS4 is supposed to come out for first. Now that K-Dog in my chat reminded me of what the game was, The Division. The Division is what I'm looking for. Cross-platform play. Even tablets get into this one. But the question is, how many more times are they going to push it back before it's ready?
About 2 million times.
I'm thinking so. It is. You know, it's the worst part is it's not the cross-platform stuff that they're having issues with. It's the resolution part for the cross-platforms. That way, you're getting constant FPS across the board for all of these. That's their biggest problem right now. They went so high on the graphics that they're having major issues with it. So now they're trying to find out where is that that sweet spot, you know, to get everything to work correctly. What about you, Michelle? What are you waiting to play?
It's not really like zombie related, but definitely Mortal Kombat. I'm really kind of into the fighting game thing, so that's actually more of a nostalgic thing as well that I'm really super excited to see.
Speaking of Mortal Kombat, I just got the Mortal Kombat, what was the Ultimate, the last one, where it has the storyline you have to go through first. and that wow. I don't know why I waited so long to get it, but it's really really cool. So I'm with you on that. That'll be another game on my futures list. What about you, Dan? Anything you're looking forward to?
American Truck Simulator.
Yeah, there we go.
Of course. Euro Truck Simulator 2 is probably one of my most played games on Steam. I adore that game. I even made a wheel stand for my wheel. I even bought a game wheel because of that game. It is so thrilling to play. But after like 400 hours, I couldn't play anymore. So American Truck Simulator 2015, I want it now. And also Dying Light, of course. And Grand Theft Auto 5 on PC. I want that. Which should be coming out this year.
Should be. I don't know what they're waiting for.
January.
I heard it was supposed to be, the first time was supposed to be out late November.
I think it's January. I think it's like January the 5th or something like that.
Well, that's a game I'm willing to wait for too, because I've watched people play it on console and I'm just like, I want my hands on it because I'm a PC gamer strictly. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that as well.
I'm not to look forward to it. I mean, I've got GTA 5 on PS3 in it. I got it for a super sweet price, and I got it pretty late into the day and age of GTA 5. Like all the Xbox Ones and the PS4 versions are coming out soon in a few months, or is it next month? I can't remember. But yeah, the really phenomenal game. The story, the gameplay. It's a huge step from GTA 4. There was something a little bit missing from GTA 4. Like, the big jump of graphical wise from San Andreas to GTA 4, amazing. But something was missing that they got back in GTA 5, thankfully.
I noticed that there's a lot of games now that are coming out with remakes or anything like that, and they're really trying to capture what it is that was missing. They've listened to their fans and said, "Oh, it's missing this," and they bringing in these things. So that's pretty cool.
A great example is Crash Bandicoot. Absolutely phenomenal series starting out, then, and they've ignored the fans. If they just listened to the fans and got the mechanics right and made the levels as great as they were in the first 3, Crash Bandicoot could make a comeback, but it never will because they just don't want to listen to the fans at all. And nobody knows who really owns it, but everyone still thinks Activision.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's the ownership thing. I think with Crash Bandicoot.
I'm sure developers are willing, and I'm sure there's people out there willing to buy it. If they brought out a, honest to God, great remake of the original Crash Bandicoot, maybe the whole franchise could be rebooted perfectly. I'm surprised they haven't even made a HD remake. Not HD remake. The HD collection that they keep bringing out, like Ratchet and Clank, Sly Cooper, Splinter Cell, and now recently Halo, which is coming on the Xbox One, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, yay! I hope they do that with Crash Bandicoot one day.
I see them actually probably going through with Crash Bandicoot, but they're probably going to release it like only on the Wii U.
I want a Wii U, and if it came out on the Wii U, I would buy a Wii U for that. I honestly would. Because I want a Wii U, I want a PS4, I want an Xbox One, but I'm not seeing any games that I want, no killer games that make me go, I must own this console now.
Yeah, so, one of the people in my chat just said in 2 weeks the Master Chief Collection.
That's the Xbox One version. I was kind of hoping it'd be multi-plat and come out on like PC and PS4 just to piss people off. I'd buy it. Because I did like Halo 1 and 2, but I never really got into it.
I liked Halo 1, and I played that a lot just because I was a really good sniper.
And just give it a minute, it'll come out on PC.
Yeah.
That's what they do. Look at Dead Rising 3.
You know what?
Yeah, Xbox exclusive. Xbox One exclusive. And it is on PC.
Yeah, there has not been an exclusive console game yet, has there?
Killer Instinct.
There's already talk about that being released for PC first of the year.
Yeah, there's a rumor for it, but I highly doubt they'll do it. Just because that's the only thing making people buy an Xbox One. Nobody will buy one for anything else.
That's pretty much the reason we bought it.
Killer Instinct.
Oh,
I'm trying to remember
Infamous.
what Killer Instinct. Which game is that now?
Yeah, Rise is on PC.
They're not exclusive to Xbox One. Rise is on Steam right now. Infamous is a PS exclusive, though. That's not on PC or Xbox. That is only PlayStation 4 right now. And I don't think it's going to come out on anything else.
Well, the thing that kills me, too, is Heather and I have talked about it numerous times about getting, a PS4 because I'm a PS fanboy. All right, so you guys can yell at me later if you want, and that. But seriously, the one thing that really made me want to get a PS4 was the idea of all these indie games that they were talking about that they were going to release, and I haven't seen any yet. And I've been keeping my eyes open for it. I've seen a couple of indie remakes, but that's it. I have not seen any exclusive indie games come out for either console yet.
Well, they'll mostly, if they ever do come out, they'll mostly probably be PlayStation Plus subscriber free games. Most of the time.
Thank you so much for the bomb there, Sorner. I see that.
Yeah, that's pretty much correct, too. Everything that is an indie game that has come out so far has been something that you could have got on Steam 6 months ago.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's been no exclusive, so them saying, oh yeah, this is just for this. Wrong.
What I'm more concerned with the next-gen stuff is the fact that they announced as soon as they released the Xbox One and PlayStation 4 that instead of having a 10-year lifespan, this time it's going to be a 5-year lifespan. And it's taken them a whole year already just to come out with a couple of games. So they're either going to be shoving this stuff right at the very end of the lifespan of this console, or they're just going to jump and go to the next one.
Well, the problem is the PS3 and the Xbox 360 is still really deeply rooted into people's lives. They're still releasing games for it. Great games such as Destiny. It's not the worst game ever, but that was released on the Xbox 360 and PS3. And people are loving the crap out of the game. They're going to buy it for their older systems more than the PS4. Well, not more, but as much as. So that's really going to hurt this generation because they left the last generation on for so long. That's part of the reason that it's so bad right now.
Hey, Morty, how you
I
doing?
agree.
Welcome, everybody, to the channel. Thank you so much for hanging out for the podcast.
Well, that, and then you also have, they're still making the games, and they're not going to really stop, and they still consider that the last generation still has, I think, 2 more years worth
I'd
of
say at
life in
least
it,
2.
so.
Yeah, I'd say at least 2 as well. I mean, it could be a little bit more depending on, how fast the stuff progresses and that. But to me, I'm sorry, $500 for a next-gen console, and I say next-gen because something's going to come out next year that's going to make it obsolete. But I just paid $3,000 for my computer. I probably won't have to upgrade it for at least another 2 years. I mean,
it depends on how far ahead the game's going to get, but I reckon it's because I've had this computer for like 7 years. I've not really upgraded it, and it still plays games at 60 FPS, brand new. Shadow of Mordor, 60 FPS. It may be on low settings, but it's still 60 FPS and at 1080p. So the fact remains, if my current hardware doesn't need upgrading right now, then if you pay $3,000 right now for an amazing computer, you may not need to upgrade it at all for at least 10 years just to get an adequate gaming setup out in at least the next 10 years, because it depends how long these generations are going to last, because games are limited by hardware, and if they can only get as good as the PS4 and the Xbox One can get, we've got no problems with our computers for many years to come yet.
And that's why I see a lot of games that we are like, oh, they got this on console. it's going to be released on PC because the switchover for it's not that hard. Probably 10 lines of code and boom, it's ready for PC.
Well, x86 architecture, isn't it? So it's not exactly hard for them. They are developers. They do develop code. It wouldn't be hard for them to port it over at all because they are similar architectures. That was part of the problem with developing games for the PS3, for the Wii. That's why they can't get on the Wii U, because x86 architecture on the Xbox One and PS4 will make it so much easier for people to make games for them. Why would you put in so much more work to put it on the Wii U? That's why the Wii U's failing now.
Titanfall.
Well, you also have the big kind of nail in the coffin for the newer consoles is the fact that Steam is bigger than Xbox Live and PlayStation Network combined together. So why wouldn't they put a game on all three of those and make that much more money?
Just to get people to buy their consoles. There always will be. People will always have a computer, more or less. They'll always have a computer device. They'll always have a tablet or a phone or whatever. They'll always have one of those. But most of the time, they'll always have a laptop or a computer or whatever. And that's most of the Steam library. A lot of people have laptops these days, and a lot of them, their parents have bought them, and they're like over $1,000, so they can play games okay, which will stop them from getting a console because, hey, if I can play games okay on my laptop, why will I buy a console?
I know a guy that's all he does is play WoW, and WoW is pretty graphic intensive for being, a cartoony type, MMORPG. But, I mean, it's pretty graphic intensive, and I know a guy who plays on a 3-year-old laptop, and he gets better FPS than I do. I'm still trying to figure that out. But then again, yeah, he probably has upgraded his processor 10 times, but I mean he still plays badass on it. So it's just a matter of time, and that any of these exclusive games that we're going to be seeing coming out on console, we're going to eventually be able to get for us PC freaks, and the DLC content, guys, that'll be a whole nother topic for another show, because we could spend a couple of hours here bitching and complaining about DLC.
But one thing I will admit, this console generation and the one before it is currently the best ones that ever come out. Region locks have all but disappeared on them, which is probably the best thing to ever happen since sliced bread. Because I remember on my old NES I had to get this adapter to play Japanese and American games on my PAL system. That sucked. That sucked a lot. But I know the Wii U still does it, and I think the Wii did it as well. But PS3, PS4, Xbox 360 and Xbox One, no region locking at all. In fact, the only region locking I've seen recently is PC. All the region coding, like on Steam, you can't access the Russian Steam to download all the Russian games, like super cheaper. But that's one of the better things about consoles. Plus, that it's more casual as well.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You don't need to port forward. You don't need to fiddle around with server settings. You have to set up a dedicated server to play with friends. You just pop in, join the game, and play. But there's a problem with the consoles. Multiplayer gets shut down after a few years. You basically have a new brick because the servers aren't running anymore. I used to play Resistance 2 on PS3 non-stop. It was brilliant. I loved the co-op in Resistance 2. Phenomenal. They shut down the servers. Now it's just a single-player only game. And then you've got multiplayer only games which are completely dead down, like MAG. You can go in the store still and buy MAG. Can't play it. I don't think. I know there's no multiplayer because the servers were gone.
Dollar games.
And we're going to see that. With PS4 games and Xbox One games, after a few years, servers are going to get shut down and people are going to be stuck with bricks. Destiny's a big example of that. They'll be shutting down in about 5 years, maybe. Probably. All multiplayer games eventually shut down. And what are you left with?
Well, to an extent. I agree that they do that because, I was hardcore on MAG and then they shut it down, and you can go to GameStop now and pick up a copy of MAG for $1. You pretty much just wasted $1. But at the same time, on the other side, if you remember Halo 2, like everybody's playing that stuff online big time, and then it kind of went away and nobody played anymore. It's pretty much, it would be considered a dead game online, but actually you can get, right now they have people that work on servers for Halo 2 on the Xbox that you can actually go through and connect to and play with other people still. So I still think if there's a fan base for it, then somebody will come up with a way to serve it so that other people can play it.
Yeah, but unfortunately that's few and far between with most games getting shut down, isn't it? So, like, I'm still looking, I'm still trying to find a developer. I've been contacting Insomniac, constantly going, can we have this, just to make the server software open source? I will host a server to play this damn game. Just let us do it, please. And there's no response, nothing. It's like they're just abandoning the franchise, more or less. And the same with most games. It's terrible.
I just want to see a really good multiplayer fighting game.
Define fighting.
Kind of like, like a Mortal Kombat.
Yes.
You know, up in your
Injustice.
face, good. No, it's not the same.
It's good though. Very good, especially on multiplayer. I enjoy that. I like that. I connected an Xbox 360 controller and you played on PC. That was tasty. I enjoyed it. It's probably the only fighting game I've enjoyed in the last 5 years.
See, I know Michelle said Mortal Kombat earlier. And Mortal Kombat, probably one of the games that pulls at my heartstrings. Every time I see a new one come out, I'm just like mouth watering. Heather's grabbing a mop and trying to clean up after me and stuff. But it's like, I want something like that. A good storyline. I mean, I know all the characters. I know how they came about, the whole 9 yards. And being able to queue up and, like, if I'm at home and Michelle's at home, we can fight each other, nonstop.
Oh, yeah.
And I'd probably get my ass kicked, but that's okay because I have a hard. My hands are so big. I'm still haven't found a controller that fits my paws yet.
I have like the opposite problem. I have such small, tiny hands that it's so hard for me to even get like the Xbox One and actually grasp it and be able to play without my hands hurting after a while. It kind of fucking sucks balls.
Oh yeah, I feel your pain. Trust me.
Boo.
Now, when you say multiplayer fighting game,
I want to see I want to see like 3 or 4 different people fighting at the same time. We
Like
can get
Smash Bros?
Yeah, kind of
Smash.
Bros. Yeah, but I'm not a big fan of like
Mortal Kombat
all that
PvP.
stuff. Yeah, like a Mortal Kombat PvP. Now there you go. You can run around in not in an open world. I don't want it to be okay. I got to chase this guy down to the end of time, but a decent sized world where I can run up and grab a new weapon if I needed it or something. Make it interesting. You kill somebody and you suck up their power next. There you go. There's another idea. Highlander, yes!
Yes!
I would play a Highlander game. Most definitely.
I wonder if you can mod Shadow of Mordor to be like that, if it ever got multiplayer.
Ooh, that would be cool. There can be only one!
Or you could call it the First Wives Club, because then if you suck the life out of them, kind of like First Wives do, that sounds like it would be pretty spot on.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I want to see them bring back Power Stone. See that shit redone with next-gen consoles.
Power Stone, I know that game. Why do I know that game?
I know the name.
It was developed for the Sega Dreamcast.
Ah, that's why I know it.
It's like Smash Brothers, but way better.
Yeah. All the different characters and different abilities and stuff like that, and you just go in and, oh yeah, I remember it now. I so remember that now.
Game was a bomb.
It was, man. Alright, guys, so pretty much, we don't want to go too far. We've done about an hour. Hopefully, you guys have learned anything. I don't know if you guys have your chats open or not. If at this point, we'll take some questions. Anybody want to throw a question up in the chat, feel free to do so. I know I've got my chat open. I'm not sure if you guys got yours open or not. Dan, I know you don't.
That Twitch delay, though.
That Twitch delay, you gotta love it.
Yeah, we might have to do another segment on Twitch and Hitbox. There you go. We'll make it interesting.
You should do the. We're gonna take a question in 30 seconds and then continue.
But yeah, like I said, my big thing is I'm looking to do some different games, but I think I'm gonna stick to some Minecraft in the next like couple of weeks, and that I know there's a couple games coming out the beginning of November that I'm looking forward to. So, Warfish from my chat just put up a question. What was the first game everyone streamed? Dan?
Guess.
Minesweeper.
Yes.
Oh, God! What about you guys?
Mine was Final Fantasy 14.
Ooh.
And after that, I think I did Alice.
What about you, Michelle?
Yeah.
I believe it was World of Warcraft. I just started playing probably earlier this year, around April, and just kind of jumped on the bandwagon with Matt after that point, and that was the first one.
The first game that I streamed when I started streaming was World of Warcraft. I, was hardcore into it. Then I went to Minecraft when I took a break on there, and at that point, that was the first time I'd ever played Minecraft. So it was just like learning what I can and cannot do in the world, and trying to run away from the zombies and the creepers that were trying to kill me. And I think I probably spent maybe 2 weeks playing vanilla Minecraft when I turned to modded Minecraft.
Awesome.
Well, that was one of the first games I streamed. After Minesweeper and Pinball, it was obviously Minecraft's turn, and I streamed that for quite a while. I also opened up a server for people to join. That was really fun. Then we hit up, what was it at the time? Tekkit. That was the one. That was at the time. That was huge back then. And we all played a whole bunch of Tekkit. That was modded Minecraft. That was incredibly fun. And then I broke it by adding the thirst mod.
Oh, that thirst mod.
Everybody that joined the server just died of thirst.
See, the thing is like for you guys that are doing Minecraft on the consoles, you're kind of missing out, because I know that there's some modded Minecraft for consoles, but you're missing out on some of the great mod packs that are out there right now, because you're not going to be able to use those mod packs on consoles.
My 9-year-old son has already kind of explained that to me before. Like Matt had said earlier, he's told us all there is to probably know, and I think we tuned out about 90% of it. But that one particular little piece of information, I do remember. He said that there was a lot of different things that you could do on the PC rather than on the console. That's what he was kind of pushing for a computer for himself.
Oh my God! The imagination, the things that you can do with modded Minecraft, they're just mind blowing. The Wasteland mod is just psychotic.
My favorite mod.
Another question I have here is, what was the worst game everyone has ever played? And I really I gotta say it. I'll say mine now, and you guys can jump in. I think Daisy Standalone, by far the worst game that I've ever paid for and played and streamed on Twitch. It's the worst game of all time, in my opinion, right now.
The worst game I ever played? One of them. Honestly, I can't pinpoint the worst one I've ever played, but I've got a whole bookshelf full of PS2 games. Half of them are crap. Half of them are abysmal. They run at like 2 FPS. Some of them, they're really, 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 really bad. So, honestly, couldn't put my finger on the worst one I've ever made. But I do agree, Daisy Standalone. Now, I played most of the mod, but I understand where you're coming from with the performance of it. I've never met a game with the worst performance as the Arma 2 engine ever in my life. The Arma 2 engine is I don't know why they shipped it out. You should make a new engine from scratch.
Exactly.
And just not make a game with that. I know Arma 2 is meant to be like for the military, not really a gamey game, but come on, guys. Even the army would expect better from that. Surely.
I don't know. Yeah, I have a pretty long list of games with a couple of the top ones probably being MOBAs, but even after, I'm gonna say I don't know what the worst game that I've ever played, but I'll say the most recent game that I did not like playing, and that was actually the one I played last night, which was Five Nights at Freddy's. That wasn't scary, and I seriously was yelling at the game because it's like, okay, so I can't click this fast enough. It's already in windowed full screen, and it expects you to click on the side of the freaking screen. I kept minimizing the game every time I click on the other screen. I was like, what the hell?
Dan's got a very beautiful video of Five Nights at Freddy's.
So he can relate.
What about
It was
you?
a pain to run. It would not run at all. I had to change my desktop resolution to run the game. It would crash at any other resolution other than 1280 by 720, which is very weird.
I just don't understand why the game didn't come with options. There's no options menu.
Oh, boo-hoo.
Yeah, if you're
There you go.
if you guys are hanging out in my chat, you'll see this link you guys can click on that Dan just put in there. It's hilarious.
Mm-hmm. The reaction is glorious.
What about you, Michelle?
Yeah, see, I was really hoping that was going to be the reaction that I would get, because everybody had told me it was scary and everything else.
It's not scary, just a jump scare.
Yeah.
That's it.
After playing PT, though, oh man, yeah, go watch the video on that one that we did. I almost threw the controller and I ran out of the room.
Well, it's not as bad as that maze game. You know the maze game where you move your mouse in the browser and you go through a maze with your mouse and then you get to the end and this scary woman's face from The Exorcist comes out and screams at you. That's probably the worst jump scare I've ever had. Five Nights at Freddy's doesn't even come close to that at all.
You know, here's the thing. I love scary games. I still haven't played one yet. I pretty much have played all of Outlast. There was a couple of spots where I was just like, you know, it gave me that ooh factor.
Yeah,
but,
creepy.
Yeah, but it just wasn't a scare. You know, and I've watched some people play Alien Isolation. Now, this is supposed to be a real scary game. I don't think it's that scary. I think it's got the creepy factor going. Even watching somebody play didn't give me the creeps that bad.
I got an amnesia vibe from that game.
That's what I got. That's the vibe I got, was a little bit of that Amnesia vibe from it. Amnesia, I played Amnesia, and honestly, that just creeped me out. Just the noises was just like, but you know, other than that, I still have yet to see a scary game yet.
Yeah, play PT, the Silent Hills demo. Yeah, that right there will scare the piss out of you. In fact, everybody that's ever watched one of the videos, you just watch somebody else getting scared. I've seen tons of people like scream and throw phones and everything watching videos of other people getting scared.
Yeah, check it. Deputy Potato scares the shit out of him. See? Proof.
Yeah, but he's a potato. Well, you know, it doesn't take much.
well, that's how scary it is. Potato's gonna be scared.
Potato skinned himself.
There you go.
But yeah, I mean, I've seen the Silent Hill one that you're talking about. I love Silent Hill. To me, that is like the ultimate in, you know, just creepy, scary, wow factor kind of movie. Probably the best scene in the world is when the bed with the razor wire comes up and she's on the bed and she's all bloody and shit. That was cool. That was like, yes, I'm in there screaming, yeah. But yeah, that'll probably give me the creeps pretty bad. But I mean, seriously, I mean, there's like, I've seen a lot of gory games that gave me that ooh factor, and I've seen even some jump scare games that just give me the it was okay, but nothing to scare the shit out of me yet. Maybe
I
I'm
was
just
expecting better from The Evil Within.
Yeah, Evil Within
This
looks
really scary horror game, back to Resident Evil roots, some back in the survival horror, and I was just like,
see, Resident Evil. Let's get on that. Resident Evil scared the shit out of me. I have not seen.
Scared me.
Yeah, the original
The
one
music.
scared the living shit out of me. I have not seen a game yet that has even come close.
But I probably got scared because I was like 12 at the time. And it was like an 18 game. I know I was nowhere near the age when it was going to come out, but that game scared the crap out of me. Now, the rest of them never did. The second one didn't. The third one didn't. The rest of them, they just got more funny as it went along because they turned into more of an action game than survival horror. But the first Resident Evil, even today, still gives me goosebumps. Like, just I think it's like the ambient sounds and the music and the way they're just slowly walking towards you, and you haven't got much ammo, you ain't got much guns, and you have to go through all the corridors and solve puzzles. Like, I still enjoy it today. No other game has made me feel like that at all. Not a single one.
All right, so we got one more question, and then we're going to be calling it quits for the day. The last question is, what game gave you the most satisfaction after completing it?
Now, for me, it's super easy. And that was Final Fantasy 3/6. I was, I think, 11 when that game came out. And I spent endless hours non-stop on that game. And beating that, I swear to God, I almost cried.
I'm going to have to say for mine, Sniper Elite V2. When I finally beat that and took that 400-yard shot, that was pretty satisfying for me.
I'm gonna go with the classic. I think I was about 9 years old. Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. I even had to have a friend from school kind of help me with it because I was like, it was one of my first consoles, which would be the Super NES at the time, and we would always play all my cousins. All the other ones, there was like 18 kids to an NES. So the first time that I got my the Super NES, I actually had to have somebody help me with it. But completing that, I thought like I was like the most badass person ever.
All right, Dan, we see you sitting there chomping at the bit, looking over your shoulder. What's going on?
I was just looking through my games, wondering which one gave me the most satisfaction, but after thinking it all through, I know which one it was. Minesweeper. You know those last two boxes, and you know one of them's going to kill you, but one of them's going to be your salvation. You don't know which one to choose. And I sat there, I remember I was playing on a Master, and it was full screen, nothing but boxes. And I got to the last two, and it didn't kill me. I won. I had a cold beer after that, a very nice cold beer after that, and I was so happy. I think about it, no other game has made me feel like, oh my god, I have achieved something in my life. It didn't kill me. Because when you go those last two and you choose the wrong one, you're like, fuck you, game, rage quit, turn off the computer, walk off.
Yeah, I've been there a couple of times.
Like a boss.
No
It's
game
like
can
Die
do that.
Hard on the PC.
Yeah, I know.
I've got Die Hard Trilogy on PS1, and that's actually really good. It's got a nice light gun game on it.
But it's not Minesweeper.
No,
But it's not Minesweeper.
All right, guys, I want to thank everybody for coming to the very first episode of Mosh at Game Talk. We got Matt and Michelle Mayhem, KD Studios Dan, myself, Big Mikey from Dat Mohawk TV. We also had Kat, Damon Queen, was here
For 2 seconds.
For 2 seconds.
Briefly.
This is going to be a weekly event, shooting for every Wednesday about the same time, about 5 o'clock. We'll get the kinks out, get some better graphics going on and stuff, but I really appreciate the fact that everybody was here and we've had questions and you guys have hopefully enjoyed yourselves. We'll be posting it on our YouTube so you guys can check it out. Make sure that you like everybody. And if you haven't seen Matt and Michelle or Dan or Kat or any of these, great guys streaming, make sure you go to their channels, give them a follow. They're phenomenal streamers. They make me look good. Thank you so much. And guys, we'll see you all next week. Everybody say goodbye.
See you later.
See ya. You're all beautiful. Now I want some bacon.
And beer.
All I've got is a bunch of bottle caps. I've drank everything.
Luckily, we still have some. Unfortunately for me, I have to actually work on the moment bin, so it's going to take some more beer.
You know what does require a lot of beer to complete? Far Cry 2. It's so boring. You just can't be, because the missions are always on the opposite side of the map. So you have to walk to the opposite side of the map, get through all the guard posts, and then they've all respawned when you've got the mission, so you have to go through